Last year, when 75 candles were lit on my birthday cake, I realized something unsettling. Most men my age aren't really living anymore. They're waiting for the next doctor's visit, the next pill, the next quiet afternoon that looks exactly like yesterday. I looked around that table, my children, my grandchildren laughing, and suddenly I saw a line. Behind me was a loud, chaotic life. Ahead of me was the sunset we politely pretend not to see. So I asked myself one honest question. James, are you going to wait for the final scene? Or are you going to play until the last second? I see men my age every day, sitting on park benches, standing in pharmacy lines. Their bodies are still here, but their eyes have already faded. They talk about illnesses, about how things were better before, about how the world is too fast for them now. They've turned life into a waiting room, where the highlight of the day is the next pill after lunch. Watching them, I felt something rise in my chest. I don't want to be the old man people pity. I want to be the man they admire. Then something caught my attention. A short video about a man who was 103 years old. He moved slowly, but steadily. His eyes were sharp, sharper than my 40-year-old neighbor who complains about burnout every morning. What impressed me wasn't his age, it was his calm. No miracle supplement, no secret laboratory. Just 4 simple foods. In a world obsessed with excess, he chose simplicity. That idea stayed with me. Because the truth is, we spend our whole lives running away from simplicity. We believe the more complicated the diet, the more expensive the doctor, the more gadgets around us, the safer we are. That's nonsense. My strength was never in what I could buy. It was in what I could refuse. If that man crossed 100 with discipline and simple food, then at 76, I still had time to change course. It wasn't fear of death that moved me. It was hunger for life. I want to dance at my grandchildren's weddings, not sit and watch. And the path toward that life turned out to be surprisingly short. It leads straight to my kitchen. Do you know what scares modern people the most? The word always. We are addicted to choice. Hundreds of channels, thousands of food options, endless scrolling. We think variety equals freedom. But look at nature. The sun rises at the same time every day. Trees follow the same code for thousands of years. Consistency is strength. Chaos on the plate becomes chaos in the cells. When I committed to 4 simple foods, something unexpected happened. I didn't feel restricted. I felt relief. My mornings used to begin with noise. What should I cook? Maybe bacon. Maybe I'll just order something. I wasted energy before I even put on my shoes. Now the noise is gone. When you know exactly what you'll eat today, tomorrow, next week, your mind becomes quiet. Quiet enough to think. Quiet enough to notice life again. The first thing on my table each morning is oatmeal with berries. Nothing fancy, just oats and a handful of blueberries or raspberries. Oats give steady energy, no crash, no chaos. Berries protect the heart and the mind. But more than that, breakfast became a ritual. No television, no phone, just a bowl and the garden outside my window. At 76, breakfast is my first small victory of the day. When I was 30, I thought strength meant lifting heavy weights. Now I know real strength is much simpler. Standing up without using the armrests. Climbing stairs without stopping. For that, The body needs building material. For me, that's eggs. Inside that fragile shell is complete protein. People search for miracle powders. I cracked 2 eggs. That's my manifesto. There was a time when I pushed vegetables aside. Now I see them differently. They are sunlight turned into food. Green broccoli, orange carrots, deep red beets. Color protects the body. Vegetables don't betray you. They quietly do their job. But there was one more habit I added, a small one, a handful of nuts, healthy oils, steady energy. One handful, not a bag. At 20, you want more. At 76, you understand something powerful. Enough. People sometimes tell me, you're lucky, good genetics. But genetics only load the gun. Lifestyle pulls the trigger. Every time I choose oatmeal instead of a donut, I rewrite today's biology. Changing your life at 76 is like turning a ship. It doesn't spin instantly, but 1 mile later, you're in a different ocean. And I choose to be the captain. At 76, life becomes very clear. The rush, the wasted worries, the simplicity we ignored. I don't want to leave only money to my grandchildren. I want to leave an example. A man who took control in his 70s, who simplified, who bloomed late. My name is James. I'm 76, and the most interesting part of my life may still be ahead.